why you keep settling for less than what you deserve in love. And this is not going to be coming from a coach's perspective, but I'm gonna blend my personal experience as well as my coaching expertise so that you get the best out of this video. Okay, so when you are entering a relationship, or when you're already in a relationship and you see him, you know that he's inconsistent, you know that you're not happy, you know that some way, somehow, something feels off, and you know you're not getting what you actually want. And deep down, you know you deserve more. But why do you still stay? Why do the most intelligent, successful, beautiful women settle for relationships that leave them confused, anxious, and questioning their worth? And today, that's what we are going to talk honestly about, why we settle in love, and most importantly, how do we stop settling in love? Okay, so I remember a phase in my life where I accepted things that I would never accept today, years back. And it was not actually because I was not intelligent at that point of the time, or that I was not capable, or, I don't know what is happening. None of that was actually true. The real reason was I did not fully understand my worth. And that was the biggest reason why I was constantly settling for less than what I deserve, not just in love or relationship, but also in friendships. How many of you can actually resonate with this? We have been settling. And I really thought being understanding was a virtue. I thought patience would eventually change the situation on its own. I thought if I loved even more harder, gave more, waited longer, things would eventually improve. But you know what I actually learned? The more I ignored my standards, the more I abandoned myself. And that's when I realized that settling doesn't start with just relationship. It starts with what we believe we deserve. And that's what I teach women. So I'm going to discuss 3 parts in this video, and I'm going to give you a solid affirmations for you to start working on to build up your self-worth so that you never settle down in love or in any relationships. Okay, the part 1 is going to be understanding your self-worth, where it actually starts, what's the problem that begins in the relationship. And part 2 is what are the signs that you're actually settling for less than what you deserve. And the third thing is that the cost of settling, what do you actually get by settling down. And the last part, which is most important, is I'm going to give you the ways, and I'm going to tell you how to stop settling. Okay, so this is exactly the flow of this video, so make sure you take a lot of notes. And so don't just listen to me, but after you're finished watching this video, go take action, because just listening to this video doesn't change anything. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. So if you're new to my channel, I'm Shalini. I'm a mindset and relationship coach. I help women transform their self-concept, self-confidence, and their self-worth so that they get the best relationship and, of course, the marriage. Okay, so the first part that I was telling you, settling rarely starts in relationships. It's not starting from the man you're with. Most women think they're settling because of a man. Maybe he's this way, maybe he's that way. If he's better, I would be this way, and the relationship will dramatically improve. But no, that's not where the self-sabotage in relationship occurs. It often starts much earlier. It starts with what you watched growing up, what relationship looked like around you, what love was modeled to you, and what behaviors became so normal. And if you grew up watching inconsistency, emotional unavailability, uncertainty, criticism, or lack of affection, guess what? Your nervous system may have learned that this is what love looks like, and you don't consciously choose it. We don't get to choose it because we've seen a lot of things, we've consumed a lot of things. We normalize it, you normalize it. And what becomes normal becomes acceptable, and that becomes your reality. And this is why two women can experience the exact same behavior. One walks away immediately, and the other stays there for years trying to fix it, solve it, resolve it, figure it out. And the difference is not in their worth, it's actually their standards and what they're okay with accepting, and what they encourage over and over again in the name of love. Now, let's come to the signs. What are the signs that you're actually settling? I want you to be honest with yourself, not for me, but for yourself. What exactly are you doing in your relationship right now that makes you feel like you're settling for less? Because see, I want you to trust yourself. You know you better than I know you, right? And I truly want you to sit with yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing in my relationship that makes me feel like I'm settling? Okay? And as you answer this question, pause this video, answer this question, and then come back. I hope you have got your answer to how and what is that you're doing that makes you feel you're settling. I'll tell you the signs of it, okay? Sign number one, you are accepting the bare minimum. We do it a lot. Women do it a lot. And you are celebrating the things that are very basic. A text, a phone call, consistency for 2 days. And here, you start to think that this is such a great thing, and you start celebrating, you start appreciating, and you start putting the person on the pedestal. But here, the effort should not be a rare event. Okay, so that's the number one sign. Number two, you are constantly confused. A healthy love creates clarity, but settling actually creates a lot of confusion. You're always wondering, what does he mean? Where do I stand? Does he want me? Does he not want me? And this confusion is your information, right? Pay attention to it, because this is also showing you that you're settling for less. And number three, you are waiting for potential. You're dating him for who he could become, not who he is currently. And potential is honestly so beautiful, but relationships are not built on what could be better. It is built solidly on what is happening every single day and what this person is right now. If he's not where you actually want him to be, you need to think about whether or not you want to be in that relationship. And sign number four, you are constantly making excuses. You explain every behavior that hurts you, but nothing changes. You justify things you know don't feel right, but you still do it anyways. You lower your standards over and over again just to keep this person, just to keep this connection, because you're so scared of losing in love. There is fear of abandonment. And by the way, if you have this fear of abandonment, fear of losing somebody, I have so many videos in my YouTube channel that you must actually watch so that you can come out and overcome this fear of abandonment in your relationships. And here, as you keep making more and more excuses, you keep negotiating with yourself, your standards, you start slowly losing yourself. And guess what? Relationship is majorly built on you. And if you lose yourself, the relationship cannot sustain. The relationship cannot stay. So now, we move to the part 3. The cost of settling. What is the cost of settling in relationship? What's the big thing that's going to happen when you keep shrinking, when you keep lowering your standards, and when you keep settling for less than what you truly deserve? Now the first thing is, you might not feel fully happy about the relationship, and there might be something, probably a void inside of you that you're unable to fill. But here, I'll explain more about what settling costs you. Because many women focus on what they will lose if they actually leave the relationship, but very, very, very few, handful of women think that what they are losing by actually staying in the relationship. And I want you to start thinking about it, because you are just thinking about what if they leave and then I'll be losing this, I'll lose the person I love the most and all of this. But are you even thinking about what are you losing by staying in it? Because settling down in a relationship which does not fulfill you, if it fulfills you, great, no problem. But if it doesn't fulfill you, it creates anxiety, because you're constantly trying to secure something that doesn't feel secure. Number two, overthinking. Because of uncertainty, it creates this mental exhaustion. Your mind keep talking over and over again, replaying all the scenarios, all the stories that do not really look good or do any good to your life. Third, you build up that resentment with this person because you're giving way more than what you're actually receiving, and you lose yourself this way. And the biggest loss of all is you lose yourself. And this is the biggest cost you will be paying if you're staying in a relationship that doesn't fulfill you, a relationship that doesn't feel expansive. And because of this, you stop trusting yourself, you ignore your intuition, you silence your needs, and eventually you forget who you were before the relationship. And this is the most difficult thing I have faced. This is the most difficult thing I've seen my clients face. So I've almost said what is the signs and what is the cost of settling in a relationship. Now let's look at how to actually stop settling. Because I know you must be thinking, I know all of this, Shalini, I have this awareness, but tell me, what do I actually have to do? Here is exactly what you do. I'm going to give you 4 steps. Very simple steps. Okay? First one, raise your standards internally first. Before you go, tell them to raise their standards, come to your level, or verbally tell them that this is what I want in you. Raise the standards for yourself first internally. Ask yourself, what do I believe I deserve in this relationship? And what am I no longer willing to tolerate? The relationship you accept will always reflect the standards you hold. And if you do not have that high standards, men will not be meeting you at your standards. And step number 2, stop romanticizing potential. Start looking at the reality a little bit. Okay, not the promises, not the possibilities, not the future versions, but the reality and the actions. And ask yourself, if nothing changed, would I still choose this relationship? Because I see most women struggling in this phase of, I want him to change, but he's not changing. I don't know what to do to change him. And guess what? That keeps you stuck. So I don't want you to be stuck. So I want you to ask yourself this question: if nothing changed, would I still choose this relationship? And if your answer is yes, great. If your answer is no, you need to start thinking about yourself first, because this question alone can change your entire life. Okay? And the step number 3, trust that what you desire exists. Okay, don't be confined by thinking that, okay, good love does not exist, good men does not exist, the world is so crooked, men are no longer men, they are not ready to do this, these are the noises that the society has always been putting onto you. And if you believe that, it is going to be difficult for you to think what you truly want exists. But I want you to look at the possibilities. I want you to follow people who are in great relationships. I want you to speak with people who truly believe that true love exists. Because many women stay stuck because of this only one thing. They are afraid to look at the possibility. And that is always happening because there's a lot of noises in their head from the world that tells them what they want is impossible, and so they settle for less. Yes, and being scared or afraid will not find you better, will not help you attract a very good relationship or stay in a very good relationship. Being afraid will keep you stuck. But when you truly know what your worth is, you stop making decisions from fear. You will take bold decisions because you know that is what your higher self wants. You start making decisions from self respect. And self respect is what changes everything in your relationship. Okay, so the last and the final step, remember and remind yourself of who you are every single day. How your relationship is, good, bad, worst, amazing, out of the world. You always gotta come back to yourself, ground yourself where you feel you know your worth. And it's not just a one day job. You just think about, okay, I know I'm this much worth and I can do better, etc., etc. No, this doesn't happen overnight. This doesn't happen just like this. It happens in small moments every single day where you keep choosing yourself. And choosing yourself does not just simply mean you dress up well and you groom yourself, you take care of yourself, but it also taking care of the thoughts you have about yourself. So create thoughts that you would love to think about yourself every single day. Okay, now I'm going to give you a simple journal prompt followed with few affirmations for you to start working on, because I truly believe it's not just listening or watching that creates magic, it's the action you take that really creates the magic in your relationship. Okay, so the journal prompt is, what am I currently tolerating that my future self would never accept? Think about it and give you a few affirmations that you can start practicing. I want you to repeat them after me, and I want you to practice it every single day, at least for the next 21 to 30 days, to really see the difference inside of you. Okay, the first one is, I deserve consistent love. I do not settle for confusion. I am worthy of effort. I choose relationships that choose me. My standards are so high. I trust myself to choose what is right for me. I no longer abandon myself for love. I am worthy of the relationship I truly desire. And I want you to actually remember this as we have come to the end of this video. The right relationship will never require you to abandon yourself to keep it. And if your relationship is demanding yourself to change yourself or abandon yourself or leave yourself, maybe that's not the right relationship. The right relationship will meet the standards that you lovingly set for yourself, and it will not ask you to lower your standards. Okay, and the moment you stop settling, you create space for the real relationship that you truly deserve without shrinking, hiding, adjusting, and sacrificing. I hope you like this video, and make sure to go do the affirmations as well as the journal prompt so that you get the best out of this video. And if you have liked this video, make sure to press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video to your best friend who deserve the best in the relationship. And make sure to tell me what was the biggest takeaway from this video you have received. Thank you, and I will see you soon in my next video.